part A of this lecture, we discuss the physical properties. In the part B, we'll discuss chemical properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Now, as far as chemical properties are considered for haloalkanes, always remember the trend of reactivity of haloalkanes will be alkyl iodides are more reactive as compared to alkyl bromide, which are more reactive as compared to alkyl chloride. Why? Because the bond energy of carbon iodo bond is less as compared to carbon bromine bond or as compared to carbon chlorine bond. So naturally, this bond between carbon and iodo group will be broken more easily as compared to carbon and bromine bond, which will be more easily broken as compared to carbon and chlorine bond. So reactivity of alkyl iodides are more than alkyl bromide, which again is more than alkyl chloride. What is the reason? Bond energy. Bond energy of carbon fluorine bond is more than carbon chlorine, more than carbon bromine and carbon iodine. So naturally, since the bond energy between carbon and iodine is least, so it will be broken easily, so it will be more reactive. Secondly, the bond length. Bond length of carbon iodine bond is more than the bond length of carbon bromine bond, which again is more than the bond length of carbon chlorine bond, which is more than the carbon fluorine bond. So naturally, when the bond length between carbon and iodine atom is more, so it will be broken easily. So its reactivity order will be alkyl iodides are more reactive than alkyl bromides, which are more reactive than alkyl chlorides. Now the important chemical reactions of haloalkanes will be, or in fact haloarenes also will be reduction reaction. Second will be reaction with metal. Third and the major concept of this chapter will be the nucleophilic substitution reaction and elimination reaction. So haloalkanes and haloarenes will show reduction, reaction with metal, nucleophilic substitution reaction and elimination reaction. Apart from that, haloarenes will show another type of a reaction, which will be electrophilic substitution reaction. Today we will be discussing the reduction reaction and the reaction with metal. Remember, nucleophilic substitution reaction is going to be the major discussion in this chapter, which will be taken from the next lecture. Now, as far as haloarenes are considered, as I have already told you, it also shows electrophilic substitution reaction. This reduction reaction, if we consider for haloalkanes, so in reduction reaction, always remember haloalkanes or haloarenes on reduction result in the formation of hydrocarbon. This reaction was done in the class 11 as a method of preparation of alkanes and benzene. Now the various reducing agents which can be used for reduction of haloalkanes to alkane or haloarenes to benzene, haloarenes to arenes, that is chlorobenzene to benzene, will be hydrogen or nickel, hydrogen in presence of nickel or palladium, or zinc NaCl reducing agent, or tin NaCl, or sodium or copper in presence of ethyl alcohol. Thirdly, the reducing agent can also be lithium aluminum hydride. Reduction can also be done with red phosphorus and hydrogen iodide. Try to recollect all these reactions were done in the class 11th also. As for example, if you take ethyl chloride, when reduced with hydrogen in presence of nickel or palladium, what is the reduction reaction? Addition of hydrogen. So hydrogen will add to this. It will result in the formation of ethane and HCl will be given out. Just see, this is a property of alkyl halide and a method of preparation of alkane. So what is formed over here? It results in the formation of ethane. In the class 11 also, this reaction was done with you. Then if you take ethyl bromide and it is reduced, addition of hydrogen is reduction in presence of sodium and ethyl alcohol or tin and HCl, addition of hydrogen will take place, which is a reduction reaction. So it will again result in the formation of ethane and hydrogen bromide will be given out. So one property of haloalkanes is a reduction reaction. The reducing agent can be hydrogen nickel or hydrogen in presence of nickel or palladium, zinc in presence of HCl, or sodium in presence of ethyl alcohol, or lithium aluminum hydride and red phosphorus and hydrogen iodide. It's a property of haloalkane but a method of preparation for alkane. Then chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene is haloalene. When reduced with hydrogen in presence of lithium aluminum hydride, it will result in the formation of a benzene molecule. Again, the revision of the reaction done in the class 11, as it was the method of preparation of benzene. So if you are looking at the chapter very carefully, we are relating the concepts done in the class 11 with the chapters in the class 12. So hopefully you understand how by reduction process alkanes or arenes can be prepared by reducing haloalkanes or haloarenes. Now the second reaction is reaction with metal. As far as reaction with metal is done, the first reaction is a Wurtz reaction, which was done with you in the class 11th also. What was the Wurtz reaction? When haloalkanes is made to react with sodium in presence of dry ether, what happened? These two alkyl groups will join with each other and result in the formation of symmetrical alkane. By Wurtz reaction, only symmetrical alkanes can be prepared. If different alkyl halides are used over here, it would result in the formation of a mixture of alkanes, which will be very difficult to separate by distillation process due to their almost comparable boiling point. So try to recollect. Wurtz reaction cannot be used in the method of preparation of a unsymmetrical alkane. Only symmetrical alkanes can be prepared by the Wurtz reaction. And what is this reaction? When alkyl halides of a similar kind are made to react with sodium in presence of a dry ether, it will result in the formation of alkanes. So this reaction with metal was done again with you in the class 11, and the name of the reaction was the Wurtz reaction. Now here, another reaction with metal can be Wurtz-Fittig reaction. Just see over here, the name is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. In this reaction, what is being done? We take haloalkanes, and over here we have taken ethyl bromide. We have taken over here ethyl bromide and haloarenes. We have taken over here bromobenzene. So one of the substrate will be haloarenes, other will be haloalkanes. So here, when bromobenzene is made to react with 1-bromoethane or ethyl bromide in presence of sodium metal and in presence of dry ether, this benzene and ethyl group will combine and will result in the formation of a ethyl benzene. What name of a reaction? Wurtz-Fittig reaction. I think it must be clear. So you can see this becomes a method of preparation of alkyl benzene, that is ethyl benzene. Now third method or third reaction with metal will be a Fittig reaction. Fittig reaction is used for the preparation of diphenyl type of a compound. In this, the reactant will be only haloarenes. So see over here, what is this? This is bromobenzene. So we have taken a bromobenzene, and then the second reactant also is bromobenzene. So when we say the Fittig reaction, in this case both the reactants are haloarenes. So when bromobenzene, 2 molecules, react with sodium in presence of dry ether, this phenyl group of both will join with each other and will result in the formation of a diphenyl compound. So in Fittig reaction, the reactant molecules are haloarenes and result in the formation of biphenyl. In Wurtz-Fittig reaction, the reactants one was haloarene, other was haloalkane, and when they combine, they result in the formation of alkyl benzene. In the Wurtz reaction, the reactants were 2 haloalkanes, and only symmetrical alkane can be prepared by this method. So in reaction with metal, we have done with you Wurtz reaction, Wurtz-Fittig reaction, and the Fittig reaction. Now the another reaction is Ullmann's reaction, very very important reaction as far as the board examination is concerned. This is utilized for preparation of biphenyl or diphenyl compound by using iodobenzene. So again see here when two molecules of iodobenzene, this is C6H5I, C6H5I is heated with copper metal, then in this case biphenyl compound will be given out and cuprous iodide will also be given out. So it will result in the formation of biphenyl compound, and along with this cuprous iodide can also be formed. So in Ullmann's reaction, iodobenzene, two molecules react with copper, and when heated it will result in the formation of a diphenyl compound over here. You must learn thoroughly and must know what is Wurtz reaction, Wurtz-Fittig reaction and the Ullmann's reaction. Anytime the short note on this in the board examination can be asked. Then is a reaction with magnesium metal. This is one of the most important reaction. First of all, you must remember that alkyl magnesium halide RMgX is known as a Grignard reagent. Very simple question like what is Grignard reagent can be asked in the board examination. It is alkyl magnesium halide. It is one of the most important reagents in the organic chemistry, which will be utilized to prepare almost every compound in the chemistry. Now, how do we prepare Grignard reagent? If you take methyl bromide or haloalkane, when made to react with magnesium in presence of dry diethyl ether, that is a dry ether, then this magnesium will combine with this and will result in the formation of methyl magnesium bromide. This R and MgBr. So this is a Grignard reagent. So Grignard reagent can be prepared by reaction of haloalkane with magnesium in presence of dry ethyl, or if you take bromobenzene and this bromobenzene is made to react with magnesium in presence of dry ether, it will result in the formation of a phenyl magnesium bromide. So you can see over here, this is a reaction with metal. So when haloalkanes or haloarenes are made to react with magnesium in presence of dry ether, it will result in the formation of a Grignard reagent, which is alkyl magnesium halide. Once in the board examination, the question was asked, why over here dry ether is taken? This is a question which has been asked in the board examination. So answer is very simple, which relates your knowledge to the class 11 chapter. This Grignard reagent undergo double decomposition in presence of water. And how the reaction takes place? This H will combine with this R and it will result in the formation of alkane. So if the ether is not dry, what will happen? Grignard reagent will undergo double decomposition reaction and will result in the formation of alkane. So always ensure whenever a Grignard reagent is prepared, the ether has to be a dry diethyl ether. So today in the chemical properties, we have done with you the two reactions, two kind of properties, that is the reduction reaction and reaction with metal. Reduction, haloalkanes on reduction forms, alkanes, haloarenes on reduction forms such as chlorobenzene on reduction forms, benzene. Then reaction with metal, we have done with you the Wurtz reaction, Wurtz-Fittig reaction and the Ullmann's reaction. And on reaction with magnesium in presence of dry ether, it results in the formation of a Grignard reagent. What was the reactivity order for the chemical reactions or chemical property? Iodo compound was more reactive as compared to bromo as compared to chloro. How do we decide? Because here the bond length is more and the bond energy is less. So we have done in this lecture the two property reaction and the reaction with metal. Our next lecture will be the major reaction, that will be nucleophilic substitution reaction. Remember in the class 11, not much about the nucleophilic substitution reaction has been discussed. So this will be something which will be new concept for you. And secondly, most of the reaction in this discussion will be as per the new type of a mechanism, which will be nucleophilic substitution reaction. So revise the work by what has been done by today and keep watching your videos again and again so that you get clarity of the concept. Thank you.